We ready for Hollywood. Shane, come back. Oh, hello there. I am Stan the Movie Man, and this is my review of Annabelle Creation. It stars Stephanie Sigmund, Talitha Bateman, Anthony LaPaglia, also Miranda Otto, Lulu Wilson, and more. It is the story of, well, how the haunted doll Annabelle got her groove back, or on, or whatever. It is the story of Samuel and Esther Mullins, played by Anthony LaPaglia and Miranda Otto. They have a little girl that they call Bee. She is killed when she is hit by a car when she's only about 5 or 6 years old. And they, of course, feel extraordinary grief at the loss of their child, which 12 years later leads them to opening their home up to a bunch of orphans from a Catholic orphanage. One of those is Janice, played by Talitha Bateman, and she was struck with polio as a child and wears a leg brace. Her best friend is Linda, played by Lulu Wilson. They want to be adopted out together, and so that they can be real sisters. Well, they go to this house, the Mullins home. They don't see Mrs. Mullins very often because she has been injured several years earlier. But strange things begin to happen around the house pretty much once the girls arrive. They are overseen by Sister Charlotte, played by Stephanie Sigmund, and Janice tells her that weird things are going on, but she just says that's your imagination. But there is a room where Mr. Mullins said never to go into. Of course, naturally, being a horror movie, Janice goes in that room where she discovers a dollhouse that looks exactly like the house that they are in. And in that dollhouse, she finds a key. And she finds the door that key opens. And inside the room that key opens is the doll, Annabelle. And weird things just keep happening. They get progressively more and more intense and violent and scary. And then we are given the full story of the doll of Annabelle and what happened to Mrs. Mullins and all the rest of it. Okay. This is, of course, part of the whole Conjuring series of movies. Annabelle we were introduced to in the first film, the first Conjuring film. Now, this is the real Annabelle. It is a Raggedy Ann doll that was alleged by a couple of alleged demonologists, Ed and Lorraine Warren, to be possessed by a demon, and they have it locked up in a museum. It is under glass, and it has a sign on it that says "Do not touch." The doll that is used in the film is, of course, completely different because I'm sure the Raggedy Ann and Andy people would have sued right off the bat. But anyway, this movie does a pretty good job of building up some tension and some dread as the events begin to unfold. There's a glowing-eyed demon that we see just briefly from time to time, and it is not that scary, to be honest with you. It's fine. It's not great. It never really made me jump out of my seat. It never caused a shiver to go down my back. But there were times where it was like, oh, what's going to happen next? What's going to happen next? And as with all these films, silence is a major component of the build-up to what's about to happen. Sometimes you hear nothing at all. Sometimes you just hear fast breathing as somebody is frightened and on the verge of being, just over the edge with fright. But the audience never really, gets to that edge. It's good at setting up a scare, but it's not real good at delivering them. And for that reason, I am giving Annabelle Creation 3 stars. Go to StanTheMovieMan.com to read my complete review. You can follow me on Twitter at MovieManStan. You can send emails to me, StanTheMovieMan123 at gmail.com. And you can listen to my podcast. It's called The Fractured Frame. You can hear it every Monday. You can get it on iTunes, on WIMZ.com, in the podcast section, Google Play, or any place where you get your podcasts. That's it for now. Till next time. Later.